What's up, Kaden? Army, it's your boy Kaden back in the house. In today's video, we are going to be looking at images that cannot be explained. If you try to explain them, you literally can't because they're unexplainable. Let's get into the video. I'm going to be reading all these because you probably don't want to, and I don't want to either, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, now, Mars is believed to be uninhabited, so what could produce the level of light? The images were sent to Earth from the space rover, but instead of sharing insightful information, it poses more questions. Is there life on Mars after all? Now, when you look at this, you see the little white man or alien or thing, whatever it happens to be. It looks very creepy. Now, personally, I believe that there's life on other planets. That's probably not a good thing, but I still believe it. And this just makes my suspicions more true. Now, going over to Australia, which is taken in 1964, this image, in Queensland, Australia, France, photographer Robert, I can't pronounce the last name, took a photo of what appeared to be a huge snake swimming in the water. There is no explanation of how this got there or what it really is, but it resembles an eel that could be up to 80 foot long. Now, the guy in the boat looks like he's having a great old time, and he's just like, you know what? Same old stuff. It just happens every single day. It's either an eel or a water moccasin or something else. And it's true. Because it's in Australia and they have things the size of buildings. So that makes perfect sense. Now, if you play Fortnite, this one you will already know. Black Knight is the name for this unidentified satellite that occupies some sort of space around the Earth. It was first discovered years ago, and no one has ever claimed it as their own. Therefore, it remains a mystery. Now, when I first saw this, I'm not kidding, I thought it was some sort of astronaut that had just been launched from his ship, or whatever it is, spaceship, I think. Anyways, and if you look at it, it does. It kind of looks like he's just, woo! This would probably be some sort of the thumbnail for this video, but tell me it doesn't look like he's just kind of floating there. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. But on the topic of space, the photo was taken in 1997, and the sky over Phoenix and these mysterious orbs perfectly align in the night sky. Countless people report the strange objects, and one can only assume that people thought these were UFOs. And when you look at it, it really does look like 7 UFOs just kind of in a line, or one really big UFO with only a quarter of its lights turned on. Maybe, maybe not. Now this one is very strange, because it's a bunch of spotlights just pointing up at Gotham sky. It's not Gotham sky, but it looks like it to me. And it has some sort of crown that it is projecting light onto. Which is very interesting because during the 40s and 50s, many people were convinced there was aliens out there ready to invade our planet. Personally, I think they should just wait because we are just a stupid species and as stupid as they come. So aliens, if you're watching, just hold on, okay? While it was mostly science fiction, this image fueled a media storm and conspiracies about life from different planets invading Earth. Some people believe it is just a weather balloon, others are convinced the government caught a UFO. And honestly, if you've seen one of my Microsoft Flight Simulator videos when me and Kai visited Area 51, I could see that. I'm sure there's some sort of alien or creepy thing going on. So, that makes sense to me. What about you? Now, you remember when your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or dog told you stories about Bigfoot and that if you ever went into the woods during the night and or day, he would come and find you, rip your arms and legs off, and then throw you into his cave where you just kind of sat there decomposing into a bunch of pile of bones. You remember, and they always told you that right before you went to bed, and then you heard something outside, like a kind of crack, like kind of like that, and then you realize, oh my god, it's Bigfoot. Well, guess what? Your suspicions are right, because although it's hard to see from this far away, some people believe this is enough evidence that Bigfoot really exists. Others disagree. I am not one. Other people think it's just a man or a shadow, but there is no way to know for sure. We guess the hunt for Bigfoot continues. Now, personally, I believe the stories. My dog was very violent about telling me that story. I'm just such an idiotic and creepy person. Now, you remember the stories of hearing giants living up in the clouds in their giant castles. Well, that's probably not true, but it probably is true because this finger was alligated, I think I can't pronounce that, found in 1985, and it measured a whopping 15 inches long. If just one finger is this long, the person it belonged to would have to be at least 12 foot tall. Perhaps giants do exist out of fairy tales. Now, for those of you who are wondering if this is true, just get in a plane, go skydiving through the clouds. You're not allowed to do that, but do it anyway, and see if you see any magical giant fairy tale castle. If you do, you'll probably just see a giant finger and or a giant person. Now, if this is true, that's creepy, and if it's not true, even more creepy. Much like this next image, because if you ever go and hear the ghost stories, someone will always tell you, watch out for the ghost girl in the lighthouse. She likes to sit up there and cry. I don't know if that's true, but that's the story I'm going with, because someone took a photo of a lighthouse, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a figure of a woman appeared, just sitting there, doing nothing, most likely crying. No one knows why she is there or who she is, but most folks think she is just the ghost haunting the lighthouse. Personally, I agree with them. Now, this image really creeped me out, because one evening a woman was looking in her backyard when she noticed something lurking in the bushes of her Florida home. Good job on doxing yourself. She quickly grabbed her camera to capture the creature on film, which is a very old-fashioned sentence, because nowadays we just use everything digital, including the computer I'm running this video from. And she captured it right before it ran away or attacked her. Whatever it is, it looked to be a combination of a bear and an ape, which are two animals you want to avoid in the wild, which is incredibly true. The woman took the photo to the police, but they could never track down the animal, which is even creepier, and I'll tell you why. Because the creature appears to have some sort of beard, which is just... I don't like that. This picture was said to be taken from the spaceship Apollo 17 during its flight to the moon. Initially, the picture was too low light and you couldn't see anything. But after adjusting the exposure, which was probably a very hard thing to do in 1972, a pyramid-like structure was seen in the background. Now, NASA denies this theory and said it was just a blank photo. However, we think they are hiding something because it doesn't look like a blank photo to us or to everyone else who has seen it. And when you look at it, I don't know if it is the same for you, but when I look at it, it looks like some sort of pyramid-like picture, only incredibly, incredibly grainy. Now again, this is a new style that I'm trying, like my last video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm also trying a new subscribe animation, so go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload these miserable and horrible videos. Thank you so much for watching, Kaden Army. Mr. Kaden Johnson is out!